Dakota, come here. Hey everybody, Les here with Rudimental Gardening. I just wanted to give an update on the progress of the garden area. So, as you can see, I have purchased and assembled a metal garden bed. This is the first one I've done, and I just thought it might work out. We were wanting something to put our strawberries in, and we wanted something a little different for that, since they are perennials and come back every year. We wanted a place that they would get plenty of sun and we could just leave. So this was the spot that I decided on. It will get plenty of sun here. In fact, may need to be shaded some during the heat of the summer. But the other side of the yard is pretty shaded in the afternoon, so I wanted to make sure it had plenty of sun. So to do this, though, I had to maneuver some things around. This plant stand was over here, so I had to move all the pots over here that were against this wall. And so right here, as I mentioned in my previous video, I'm going to have a IBC tote for catching rainwater out of the gutter. So it's going to be a rain collection system that I'm going to have. And birds are having a fit right now, it seems like. So he's got a lot to say. But this is a pretty neat little thing. It does take a little bit of time to put together, just because, as you can see, there are lots of screws that hold these panels together. So now, I'm not sponsored by this by any means, and I just randomly picked this after doing my research. But let me show you what it is. It's called a Vego Garden 9-in-1 modular metal raised bed. And it comes in panels, and you can see the box isn't very big. It's not real heavy. I chose the olive green color, but I think it comes in white, and it comes in a gray, I believe. It's 17 inches tall. It has a metal base structure. Okay, the panels are all metal, and then they're coated in a zinc material. So they're coated with this zinc that doesn't rust, and then they're painted with food grade paint. So you don't have to worry about stuff leaching in for the most part. And this will last, I'm assuming this will last as long as you need it to last, I'm assuming. So that was another reason I bought it. As you know, I basically use grow bags just about for everything. But again, since the strawberries need quite a bit of room, and we wanted to have the whole strawberry patch together, I thought this was a good idea. The other thing is, like I mentioned on the box, there's 9 configurations. Let me turn the box around, you can look at that. You can see that those are the 9 configurations, and the one that I did was 8 feet by 2 feet. And my plant stands are 8 feet long, so this fits on here perfectly. Now, these do not have a bottom to it, okay, so they're open. You can see it's just sitting on there. So what I did was put some hardware cloth across the top of my plant stand. As you can see, it's 1/4 inch hardware cloth, which happens to be 2 feet in width, and put it all the way end to end. And what I'll do is put some weed fabric, heavy duty weed fabric, professional grade, on the bottom of this, and then I'm filling it up. Now, this is 17 inches high, so it will take quite a bit of material to fill it up. But to aid in that, I'm going to try some hugelkultur techniques by putting sticks and other stuff in the bottom of this to reduce the amount of actual dirt that I'm going to have to put in here. Now I do have to do a little bit of leveling on this. This side, this corner back here needs a little shim to it, but it sits level based on my the levels that I had on here before I put the metal bed on here. It was level, so I just need to support that back corner and it'll be fine. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know. The other thing, like I said, it takes a little bit of time. It took about 2 hours. Well, it took a little bit longer than that just because I had to move things around, but just the assembly of the bed probably took 2 hours. And after I got a system down, it went pretty well. It's just you know, obviously repetitious of one thing after another. You'll notice that the top of the screw heads are rounded, the first 2 rows, and then the bottom ones are just regular nuts. So you got the rounded nuts on top, and bull nose, I guess you call them. And so you won't scratch your hand if you're digging in there and doing stuff, which is pretty cool. It's also got this plastic strip that goes across the edge, and now this edge isn't really sharp, it's rounded, but this just makes it where, you know, you're not going to get cuts or anything by any angle that you get on it. So it's just a nice little touch. This particular one cost about $200, I think it was maybe $220 with tax. So it's not real cheap, but if you don't ever have to replace it, I think it's a good purchase. So so that's what I did yesterday out here. So today I am going to shim that up like I said, and then go find a bunch of limbs. And I have some limbs in my trees that do need to be cut out, so I don't know if I'm going to just do that and put them in here or go find some. I saw some on the side of the yard down the street. If they're still there, I can just go pick those up and throw them in here. But you know, I don't really need 17 inches of full soil. The strawberry roots need a little room, but you know, if they have 6-8 inches, they'll be fine. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So let me get my weed fabric, and I'll get out here and get started on that. Okay, so I went and got the weed fabric, and I just roughly put it in here. Okay, so I cut it to length, cut a little short on this end, but I can add a piece if I need to, but I think that's enough to get it, to keep it from falling through. And you know, it's going to pack down, and I don't think there's going to be any issues. I did use some tape just to hold it up, and as I fill it up with dirt and stuff, I'll remove that tape. I just want to hold it up while I in the process of filling it. All right, so the next thing is to find some limbs and logs and whatnot to put in here before I dump some soil on it. I'm going to use a lot of this soil over here. It's used, and it's just to be a good medium. These guys right here I'm going to be using in my garden. Most of this stuff is just extra, and I always keep my soil. I don't throw it away, and this has come in handy. There's probably, I don't know, 20 grow bags here, 7-gallon grow bags, some 2-gallon, and they hold a decent size of soil. So I also got a bag of potting mix in there, and I'm going to be adding some peat moss to the mix overall. So we'll see where we are. I may have to go buy another bag of potting mix, but hopefully this will take care of a lot of it. So on to the next step. All right, so I've added the dirt to the bottom to give a base layer. I emptied 4 of my grow pots in there in the bottom that were in my stack of things over here, like I mentioned previously, and ended up with this. So I think that's good. It's got lots of organic matter, perlite. This stuff is still good. There's leaves in here. This will all continue to break down. And so now what I'm going to do is try to find some sticks, limbs and stuff, put in here, and then I'm going to pour the rest of my, I don't know, I got about 8 or 10 more of these containers like those over there, full of dirt that I can put in here. And I have some fresh potting mix that I'll put on top and mix it in, as well as some fertilizers. So that's where I am now. So this, as you fill this up, it's going to have a little more rigidity to it. It's going to take the shape. We'll see how it handles as far as bowing out. But so far so good. We'll see how it goes. Let's get going to the next step. Oh, by the way, I'm going to remove this tape. Like I said, I'll take the tape off and finish filling it up. So let's get back going. All right, guys, so I went up to the park and got some limbs, sticks, whatnot, throwing it in here. Get the shadow out of the way. So that's what I'm going with. Of course, this will take quite a bit of time to break down, but most of this is really old wood. It's pretty rotten. Been sitting down on the floor of the forest floor for quite a bit of time, so it may break down faster than I think it is. But the rest of this, I'm just going to use some extra fill dirt, and then I'm going to put some potting mix and compost on the very top, and add some fertilizer, and then plant the strawberries, and should be done. So on to the next step. All right, so after putting all the limbs in there, I put several more grow bags worth of soil in here, and then I added one big bag of fresh potting mix. Then I added 2 bags of composted cow manure in here, and topped it off with a little soil I had over here in the wheelbarrow. And this is what I got right now. So now I'm going to actually plant the strawberries and then water them in, and probably be done for the day. I'm going to get some straw and put around all the plants, and then we just wait for strawberries to start. So anyway, that's was my project for this weekend, and turned out pretty good. We'll see how the strawberries grow. I got an all-star variety, which I read up on, and it's supposed to be pretty good for my area. So I appreciate everyone taking the time to watch. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and let me know in the comments what you think about this raised bed. Talk to you later. Okay, guys, finished it up. All I did was add some, I think it's 464 granular fertilizer, and then I added some bone meal as well. Put that in about the first 4 inches of soil, mixed it all in, and planted the plants. And I do want to put some straw on top of this, so I'm going to get some of that fine straw, and I got to find it first. I haven't been able to find it lately, and put on top of there so the strawberries won't be sitting in the soil. But these plants look pretty good. They already got a few flowers on them. I cut any strawberries that I saw forming, I went ahead and cut off so they could get established and focus their energy on getting their roots established. So this is the final product for a weekend. Not too bad. I hope they produce, and I know the second year is usually better than the first year, but we might get lucky and at least have a few. So let me know what you think down in the comments about the raised bed. I'll put the link to the website in the description down below, and so you can go take a look at this. They've got several different options on these beds, and they're pretty nice. They look nice. I was worried about the middle part bending out and it may have a slight bow to it, but it's pretty sturdy. So it's a well-made product. Time will tell if it's going to fit my needs. But check them out. Look at the website and see what you think. Again, I'm not sponsored by these guys. It's just something I picked up, and I thought I'd share it with you. So please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk at you the next time.